Good morning. Good morning, my loves. Good morning, my love. That's what I say to my husband and my baby when I wake up in the morning. So you guys know you're special. You really are special for joining me every weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, for my morning tea talks here on my channel. It's me, Miss Ruby. By the way, that was my intro. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to stay up to date about content that I'm releasing, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload a new video. Topic of today's video is rest. Let me tell you, it's so important. If you guys are here, say hi, say what up, say what up. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. Well, title of this video is Take a Break. But I want to talk to you guys about this because lately I've actually been doing a little bit of like studying up on sleep and sleep cycles. I'm not an expert on it, so I'm not going to try to quote the information I've come across verbatim. But what I will say is that just in my life period, I've learned how important rest is. I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples. But as far as like from a scientific standpoint, the gist is that, you know, when you are resting, when you are sleeping, that is when your body is doing everything that it needs to do to aid you in survival. And not just survival, but not just so that you can survive, but so you can thrive. There are different stages of sleep that we go into, and every stage is critical for our body's rejuvenation. And like I said, because I don't remember scientifically like verbatim, I'll just say that there are multiple stages, and I know one of them is when you're basically like falling into sleep and your body's like unwinding. There's another stage where you actually get to dreaming. I think that's like the last stage. There's a stage you go through where your body actually is able to begin to heal itself, which is like super important. For me, the reason why I'm saying this is because maybe this can be a guide to let you guys know, like if you're neglecting sleep or if you're wondering about like the science behind sleep and you know what it actually does for you, then you know like you can go look this up. Because if you skip a stage, then you're basically skipping out on something critical that your body does need. Now, because we are warriors and we're survivors, a lot of us are able to survive on little to no sleep at all, little to any rest at all. But eventually it catches up to us, which is why when you're sick in any way, emotionally sick, but definitely physically sick, it's always recommended to you that you rest, right? Well, that's not just because it's fun to rest or because it's like, hey, there's nothing else to do, so rest is like scientifically like you really do heal when you are resting. Anyway, that's really not the reason why I wanted that to be the title of this video. But I wanted to talk to you guys about rest real quick. Let me say hi to everybody. I see some people coming through in some, you know, I think that's Spanish. If that's Spanish, hola. Hola, ¿cómo está usted? Or hola, ¿cómo está? I don't know who I'm speaking to, but thank you guys for joining me from wherever you're joining me from. I am here in Oklahoma, in Enid, Oklahoma. Good morning, Gwendolyn. So I'm 2 hours ahead of you guys. It's 11 a.m. for me, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I am here resting and relaxing in the comfort of my sister's home, visiting family for an early Thanksgiving get-together. And let me tell y'all that a lot of you guys are probably workaholics, very similar to me. So that's why this is on my mind to share with you. I am feeling under the weather, and all I have been thinking about is how to heal myself. Good morning, Brandy. And I don't really like to take a lot of medicine, so I'm always thinking, like, how can I do it naturally? Which is why I was looking up sleep cycle, finding out. And I found out that, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you basically need, like, at least an hour and a half to 3 hours to get through like the entire sleep cycle, or not the entire sleep cycle, but like I guess one significant portion of the sleep cycle, because ultimately it's recommended that you get 8 to 9 hours of rest at night so you can get through the entire cycle. But I know that I was just looking that up to find out like at what stage does the healing actually start, and I think I found that I would have to be asleep for like 3 to 4 hours before like my body actually gets to the stage to start healing itself. And anyway, this is really important for me because I tend to be a workaholic, and I know that when I used to work a lot without resting properly, I would get sick a lot. And now that I have a baby, I find that it's hard to rest properly. Leave me a comment and let me know kind of like how many hours of sleep a night you typically get, and what your lifestyle is like. so that we can have that discussion. But basically, I started realizing, like, you know, once I got my daughter on a schedule and I was able to start getting a little bit more rest, that it's like it makes a significant impact on everything that I do. And I know that for me, I was a little conflicted about whether or not it was okay to be sleeping, resting, chilling, whatever. Like, I would look at other people who did that and be like, I could sleep when I die. Like, y'all taking a break on life when there's so much that we need to get done while we're here. But then I would notice that oftentimes I would, like, be groggy, uncomfortable, not very productive, even though I'm awake. It's like beating my head against a wall because I'm trying to get so many things done, but I'm not feeling it. And then when I started to get more rest, I started to wake up so, like, revived and rejuvenated that I had energy. Good morning, Kiana. That I have energy to do everything so much better. And so I want to tell you guys about scripture inspiring this video, and that is in Ecclesiastes. If you read the entire book of Ecclesiastes, it talks over and over and over about the vanity of man and about how the best thing that we can do is to eat, drink, find pleasure in our toil. And it talks about, in different parts of it, just talk about how everything that you could possibly do is vain. Whether you're doing good morning, Manday, Manday Sisters, actually, talks about, like, you know, sometimes we think we're doing what's noble and what's good, and so we think, okay, well, that's justification for me being busy because, like, I'm building a ministry or I'm serving the people, you know, I'm creating this project that's going to bless so many people's lives. No, but whether you're doing that or you're just looking at yourself in the mirror all day, it's like, God has already done it all. And no matter what you do, that you can't add anything to what God has already created. All you can really do is just enjoy it. And that really resonated with me because it gave me justification for getting rest. You know, it basically let me know, even one of the 10 commandments is to rest. You know, it's like, it's so important. Even God rested, you know, like it specifically says in the Bible, and this is if you believe in the Bible, you know, that the first 6 days when he was creating the heavens and the earth and man and animals and everything, on the seventh day he rested. It's one of the commandments to honor the Sabbath, to not do any work, you know. I think that all of that is there for a reason. I truly believe that the Bible is a guide to my life because in every instance and everything that I've ever gone through in my life, when I seek understanding about it, I find it in the Bible. So in terms of rest, the Bible talks about, you know, resting, and sufficient for the day is its own trouble. There's enough going on today for you to, like, not be worried about tomorrow. A lot of times we're overworking ourselves, killing ourselves because we're trying to plan and prepare for the next day and the next day and the next day. I'm trying to save up so that I can have retirement for when I'm 65. You know, I'm trying to build this business so that I can leave a legacy for my family for later on. We're so busy focused on tomorrow, and not just focused on just laying a perfect brick today. Kind of like what Will Smith talks about. If you guys listen to his motivational talks, you know, he talks about instead of trying to build a house in a day, why don't you just focus on laying the most perfect brick that you can possibly lay today? All these things I share with you, I hope they resonate with you because I look at people in my inner circle who are rather successful, according to my opinion, and I look at their life cycles, and a lot of them get sufficient rest. My husband, for example, no matter how hard I work, how hard I try, he still makes more money than me. My husband gets his 8 hours of sleep at night, and he always has, you know, except for, you know, now that we have a baby, it's a little different. My sister, whose house I'm at right now, we're in Oklahoma. She is a pilot. She trains people how to fly aircraft for the United States Air Force. She gets her sleep. She gets her 8, sometimes 9 hours. And she's not just flying airplanes for a living in the military. She's also a singer. She sings with the praise team at her church. She also just entered into a bodybuilding competition, I think, if I said that correctly. So she's like really dedicated to her workouts, to her gym life. She eats healthy. She cooks. She keeps a clean home. She just lives a balanced life. She's engaged. She's planning a wedding right now. And somehow she manages to get sufficient rest. When I look at, what's up? Oh, I'm almost finished.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Oh, okay. when I look at, sorry, that was my sister actually walking in on me. When I look at some of the most successful people, in my opinion, in my inner circle, I would say, they get rest. Now, when you look out at the, I would say, the industry, a lot of times you'll hear people talk about, I'll sleep when I die, I'll sleep when I die, or what is something else that they say? Tell me in the comments if you're listening. Some of the popular things that people say to basically get out of, like, sleeping. And I just think that that's so ignorant, because if you don't sleep, you will die. How many people are, like, sick nowadays? Like I said, scientifically, when you rest, you heal. How many people are sick emotionally? How many people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired? And what do we all look forward to? A good-ass vacation, right? We all want to, like, kick our feet up, sit back, relax, not have to do anything. Why do you think that is? Because our bodies, our spirits, our minds, we need to be able to let go sometimes. And ultimately, how I wrap all of this up is what I've realized by me being a workaholic and somebody who finds it hard. Even to this day, I find it very difficult. It's not something that I do perfectly. I'm trying to do it better, though. But as somebody who, like, finds it hard to just let it go, what really motivates it and inspires me to do it is God. Is I think about, you're a perfect God. You did everything that you did and you still took a break. You tell us to take a break, which means, and your word does not return to you void, which means it must be true even if I don't understand it today. And I look around at everything surrounding me and it seems so still. It's so peaceful. I think about the state of mind and the quality of life that I have when I actually am well rested, and how beautiful I just feel inside. Like how you wake up in the morning and you just feel like you have a zest for life because you actually got to sleep, versus how horrible you feel when you're tired. The horrible things that you do and say when you're tired, the wonderful things that you do and say when you're well rested. Right after you get back from vacation, you know, you be feeling yourself like, I'm good, I just went to Jamaica for 10 days, you know. But when you're in dire need of a vacation, how you just snotty and stuck up and talking down to everybody and just irritated. And what does everybody always say? I just need a break. And I just think that we should take that as a cue that maybe God's onto something. Maybe God's right. It inspires me to actually at least try for it, because the Bible says so. I know that my God is my creator. He created me, so he knows what I need. And ultimately, even if you don't prescribe to the teachings in the Bible, you can look around at life and you can tell. So I wanted to make this video. If nobody else is telling you, it's okay to sit back, relax, take a break, rest, then I'm telling you, it is going to be okay. Sometimes when I don't have a good idea for a video I'm going to create, or how I'm going to put together this, dinner, this immaculate dinner presentation or spread for, like, my family to come over, or what gifts I'm going to buy for my husband on Christmas. When I'm, like, stumped and I can't think of anything and I take a break and I rest, I start to be more creative. I start to come up with better things, better ideas. It's just something about it. Even when you, like, work out really hard, you're not doing your body any good if you never actually sleep. When you sleep is when the muscles do all the regenerating in your body and they start to form and develop. There's just so many reasons why sleep is so important, why rest is so important. Giving yourself time to sit back, reflect, relax. And if you don't feel like you have enough time in your day to do that, then you just need to reorganize everything else you're doing in your day. My husband's grandma is 86 years old. I wish she was here today so she could vouch for this, what I'm about to say. She's 86 years old. You guys, if you talk to her and seen her in person, I did a video with her on my channel, by the way, so go check it out. It's titled, Grandma Gets a Closure for the First Time. She's 86 years old, very wise woman, very just pleasant to be around, and in such great spirits, and takes very little medication for her age, and walks around, is mobile. She helps me with my newborn baby on a consistent basis, y'all. I ask her what the secret to her life is in terms of, how is it that you've gotten this old? You look like you're in your 50s, you know, you're doing well, and you just seem like so happy. And she said the key is she don't stress. She's like, I just choose not to stress about anything that's out of my hands. When she's at my house and she sees me doing a million things, she's like, sit down, take a break. It'll be here waiting for you tomorrow. And I like to really collect and listen to, abide by the wisdom given to me by my elders, because she's been through it before. It may not make sense to me today. What I'm telling you may not make sense to you today, but if you listen to me and you like to, you know, be inspired by anything that I share with you, then just do it, because I'm telling you. And once you have the experience like I do when she tells me, I get it. I be like, oh my gosh, I totally get what you're saying. It's crazy. So I know this wasn't like deep and profound. Honestly, y'all, I be coming off the top of my head because I just have been a little bit too busy to sit and plan and prepare these talks every day. But most importantly, I just want to get online and just holler at y'all on a daily basis this month, because I just feel like it. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. What's your sleep schedule? What's your lifestyle like? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Why? Share it in the comments so that other people can see it. I appreciate it. I'm going to go read some of your comments now. Good morning, good morning. This is very good information. Thank you, Kyla. Thank you for sharing. T Mama says, how your video is going to be about taking a break and you on vacation still working. This isn't work. That's funny. This isn't work. This is really just like a commitment. I don't know, I get to talk to y'all every day, but I feel you. That's why I'm not editing any videos, T Mama, or doing any actual work. Brandy, I want to thank you again for your advice last week. I'm doing the best to apply the tools that you gave me, and I'm not going to lie, it's hard though. You know what, Brandy? What I would say if you're still on is, if it's hard, then that should be a sign that that is usually a sign that you're onto something. Now, if you're beating your head against the wall, you're stuck, and you're not praying about it, and you're not letting God in, that's a little different. That's not the kind of hard I'm talking about. But sometimes if it's challenging you, very likely it's because it's growing you. Growing pains. So stick and stay. Shout me out. I love your video so much. Okay, Nyquishan, what up? Shout outs to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. And Kiana, thank you for your honest opinion and inspirational messages to people all over the world. Need more people in this world that care. You are awesome. Thank you so much, because I really do care, y'all. I've lived a very interesting, challenging life. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way, so I definitely am here to help. Gwendolyn says, thank you for helping me to help myself. I now realize how important it is for me to get more rest. I'm guilty of going to bed after 12 and waking up at 6 a.m. And you know what, Gwendolyn, thank you for sharing honestly, because all of us do that. The truth of the matter is, we choose what we spend our time with in the day. We choose what we do with our day. Rarely ever is someone forcing your hand all day, every day. And if they are, you are in a unique situation. A lot of times we think we're forced because of the things we sign ourselves up for, work, school, kids, whatever, but ultimately we signed ourselves up for those things. And so we have to take responsibility for that. And trust me, when you start to do that and you start to prioritize your rest, then you schedule everything around it. And interestingly, things still get done, just a little differently. You get better because you get more creative. You get better because you get more rest. And you become more disciplined and a better manager of time. So thank you guys for listening in. God bless you. Thank you for sharing these videos, subscribing, hitting the bell to be notified. And make sure you guys leave comments with some different topics that you'd like to hear me discuss. God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.